Thanks for the support as a channel member, Russ Eddy. Folks, it is FM21 full game launch week, and that means there's going to be some changes to the schedule and all that kind of stuff here on the channel. This is the last time you're going to see Leicester in this 4 p.m. slot. Don't worry, the series isn't going anywhere. It's just going to be slightly less often and move to that 11 a.m. slot that I often put my second videos in. So 4 p.m. tomorrow, this time tomorrow, you'll be seeing episode 1 of Non-League to Legend. We're going to be managing Kettering. It's always my biggest, most popular save of the year. So if you are new to the channel and haven't checked out Non-League to Legend before, make sure you're here 4 p.m. tomorrow. You are going to enjoy Non-League to Legend, I promise you. There won't be a Leicester video tomorrow because there's going to be the Non-League to Legend video and my first look at FM Mobile, which also comes out tomorrow. But we should have Leicester back on Wednesday at 11 a.m. and then it'll be most days at 11 a.m. But I can't guarantee every day for the second, because it effectively becomes my second series. So we're going to be daily with Non-League to Legend and Leicester as often as I can get the videos out, plus some other little bits sprinkled into that 11 a.m. slot as well. My plan is still to go 3 seasons in the Leicester save, and it just won't be quite every day anymore. But Non-League to Legend is going to be good, I promise. Hello and welcome to part 16 of my FM21 beta save with Leicester. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we play our final Champions League group game away against Ajax, just because I wanted to do a video against Ajax, because Ajax were always a fun team in Football Manager, and we're also playing at home against Arsenal in the Premier League in what is a big game when it comes to the Champions League qualification spots, and potentially inserting one of us into the title race. Since you were last with me, we've continued in very good form, beating Napoli comfortably to knock them out of the Champions League after they showed a few signs of life against Ajax in yesterday's video. But we've also continued to win games in the league, including a 2-0 win over Chelsea, which saw the return of Jamie Vardy, who's not really been anywhere near the team this year thanks to the emergence of Belotti as our star man. Belotti had a rare off game against Chelsea. Vardy came on with 20 minutes to go, grabbing himself 2 goals for the 2-0 win, leaving a Premier League table that looks thusly. And as I was saying, a win over Arsenal in this episode does put us above them. And I think whichever team loses has no chance in this title race. If one of us wins, us or Arsenal, we've got a chance to try and chase down Liverpool and Man United. Although, as you can see, they're both quite good and running away with it jointly at the moment. Tottenham would also consider themselves potentially in a Champions League chase, and then you've got this pack of teams who realistically are probably looking at the Europa League. Chelsea, Man City, Villa, Everton. Probably they're your group. I mean, I know it's very early in the season to be making these decisions. There's more than half a season to go yet, so it could all still change. Bottom line, we need to try and beat Arsenal. But first, we're going to go away against Ajax to try and confirm our finish atop our Champions League group. This is what it looks. Oh, in fact, we're already top of our group. This is literally just because I wanted to show you Ajax. Okay, fair enough, Kev. I'm not going to question your judgment. We'll go and play Ajax in a game that doesn't really matter, just because Ajax are fun. We're going with Donnarumma in goal, a back four of Grimaldo, Rice, Felipe and Pereira, Phillips at the base of the midfield, Tielemans an hour ahead of him, and then Maddison, Belotti and Neres as the front three. Neres is a former Ajax player, isn't he? There you go. It's the David Neres derby. Let's take him there and go and see if he can put on a good performance, returning back to Ajax for the first time since leaving them in the summer to join us, where he has been awesome. So if what are we going to do? What's my assistant manager say? We've had a lot of credit to, you know what? I like that. We'll pump our fists and say the media have been giving us a lot of credit. Go out there and prove that we deserve it, or words to that effect. And that's exactly what we're going to try and do. A win away against Ajax is always a good result if we can find a way to procure such a thing. And that's a header off the crossbar. I think that's Ramos who's in there. Luis Felipe, I think that's his header back off the crossbar. It was a weird camera angle. Belotti with a beautiful pass for Neres, who's now hit the post. And James Maddison with probably going to be the biggest miss of his career. That was a huge opportunity. For us to be on 0.81 XG after 10 minutes shows just how important those chances were. And I imagine a big old chunk of that XG comes from effectively the open goal that James Maddison has just missed off the back of that chance. That probably not good enough. Good job, this game doesn't really matter. Come on, boys. I wanted to show this because it's always fun to play Ajax and people like to see Ajax. Look, there's the Ajax team. You can see who's playing for them. Isn't that fun? But I also wanted to win the game. So let's continue to pump fists, continue to talk about the media being nice about us lately. We started brightly in the first half off the back of that team talk. And on another day, we get a little bit more luck and we're 2-0 up inside 10 minutes. So hopefully we can find a goal from somewhere. 1.21 on the XG now, which is a little bit odd because there hasn't really been much in the way of highlights. There's not been a highlight at all since the Maddison miss. This is like the game knows this isn't that important a game. But what it is I was going to say it's an opportunity to bring Jamie Vardy on again. Quick pick, bench pick, hasn't actually put him on the bench. Someone asked in the comments the other day, Kev, do you actually pick your own bench? No. If you've you'll get used to it. Once you've been around for a while, you'll know I never pick my own bench. It is a source of constant frustration. And it amuses me. It amuses me how much it frustrates people. So I don't. And I don't deliberately now because I find it funny. It does sometimes cause problems, like in games like this, though. We're bringing Harvey Barnes on up front because we didn't have a striker on the bench. We know how lethal he can be in front of goal, at least in the Football Manager world. And he is in here, and it is Barnes, and it is an 11th goal of the season for him. Maybe he's a striker. He's just so clinical in front of goal. If Barnes gets a chance, he scores. And I've been raving about how good Belotti has been and how good Neres has been. But poor old Harvey Barnes still rarely starting games because there's so much quality ahead of him. But he absolutely never lets us down. And there is going to come a time where he's going to force himself into this team in one position or another. He can play as a centre forward. He can play as the inside forward. He can play in central midfield. What has gone on there? That is super harsh, putting that down as a Ricardo Pereira own goal. I know it has come off him, so it has to be recorded that way. But this is absolutely Luis Felipe's fault. If we have a look at this from the same angle, because it's not reversed it. I mean, he's just hit it really hard into his mate's leg who stood next to him. There's nothing Pereira can do about that. But he's the one who's now got an own goal against his name. It's just come up on the commentary. Kevin Chapman wants more from his team. I don't know if it always does that when you do touchline shouts, but I've never noticed it before. Akone's in here and should have scored. And is that the third time we've hit the woodwork in this game? I don't understand how we're not winning. Grimaldo looking for the in-swinging free kick, and the keeper just pulls it out of the sky relatively easily, and we continue searching for a winner. It's Ricardo Pereira. I would suggest between Pereira and Ramos, they should conjure up a goal because it's their fault that we're not winning. Barnes was in again there, but the pass was a little bit overhit, and he's good, but he's not Jamie Vardy quick. Or at least original Jamie Vardy quick. I don't really know how quick Vardy is anymore. He doesn't tend to score your typical running around a lot goal anymore. He's more there for the headers and the tap-ins as he's getting older. But you know what? He's still good at all that. So I'm not gonna write him off anytime soon. He says, having not put him on the bench for the Champions League. Not my fault. It was the assistant. Is it the assistant manager who does quick pick? I don't really know how quick pick works. I assume it's the assistant manager making the decisions as if he was the AI, but it could just be a random roll of a dice for all I know. Right, Pereira playing it back to Ramos again, who lumps it forward, looking for Renato Sanchez, doesn't find him, and Ajax have got the ball back again here, and we're lucky we've already won the group because Ajax are looking the most likely to score at the moment. Although we've got another break on here through Akone. If there's any justice in the world, we grab a goal here because we've been the better team for the majority of this game. Sanchez skips past his man and then shoots I guess straight at the keeper because we've got a corner. It looked to me like it had just gone straight over. But the fact we've got a corner suggests it was just down the keeper's throat and he's pushed it over the bar. Ramos was looking to get on the end of that header to make up for his mistake earlier in the game. It falls to Declan Rice, who plays it across goal, but it's cleared by the Ajax defender. And despite dominance in the stats, it does look like this game is going to be ending in a 1-1 draw, which I guess, I mean, who really cares? We've both already qualified. It may not be the fairest result based on performance on the night. It's the nicest result. And a draw away against Ajax, I said it before the game, a draw away against Ajax, never going to be a bad result, is it? So we'll take it, that's for sure. And hopefully we can now take our momentum from a long unbeaten run into this game against Arsenal. We've not overexerted ourselves against Ajax. And hopefully that'll show in our favour in the Arsenal game now. Right, multiple changes for the Arsenal game then as we look to keep the team fresh for the Premier League. So we're now going with a back four of Castagna, Rice, Soyuncu and Pereira. Ramos being punished for being a rascal in the last game. And Didi comes in at the base of the midfield where he's got Tielemans and Sanchez in front of him. And Harvey Barnes actually getting a start on the left-hand side with Belotti and Neres supporting him as the front supporting him. Belotti's supporting Barnes. We know it's going to be the Harvey Barnes show. That's how he rolls. Well, I was speculating in the last episode that it might just be that he's a really good impact substitute because all of his good performances have come from the bench. We have given him, you wouldn't know it from the videos necessarily, he has had a number of starts over the course of this save though, and he's just never as threatening from the start. I'd like him to prove me wrong today, but I suspect he's so effective off the bench because he's so quick and so direct that when he comes off the bench, it catches defences off guard. And talking of catching defences off guard, Neres has just got his goal that he was looking for against Ajax 20 seconds into the game against Arsenal. He was saving it for the league. He knew what was more important. Neres, it's a wonderful goal as well. Picks it up on the right-hand side, goes past his man, finds himself a little bit of space and just plays it into the bottom corner at this near post. It's a lovely finish. If that was my goalkeeper, I'd be a little bit disappointed to be conceding there because you very simply just narrow down the angles and suddenly you take that goal away. But he didn't. I'm very happy he didn't. And we're 1-0 up after 20 seconds. And it's with Ricardo now on this right-hand side, playing it into Neres again, who's, I mean, I don't know if it's kind of skipped past and he's got a little bit of luck, or whether that was a bit of skill that took it past his man, past his man there. But he looked very, very good. And Didi playing it over the top to Sanchez, who's in, and that's Renato Sanchez's second goal for Leicester, and it's 2-0, less than 12 minutes gone. We're up for this today, boys and girls. I got a little bit of heat in the comments section that I might have overpaid for Renato Sanchez. I'd like to think he's already showing that I didn't, because he's brought that down beautifully. He is a natural in this Mazzala role that I like to use. I know we've already got Maddison and Aouar who are very good at playing that role, but neither of them natural the same way Sanchez is. And he's shown there just how dangerous he can be if he gets forward into those attacking positions. Brought it down lovely on his chest. And again, beating the keeper in a way that I'd be sad to see my keeper beaten. But it's good to see that their guy isn't having the best of days. Sanchez now playing it forward to Belotti. Back to Tielemans. Neres now, who strangely is still being given space and the opportunity to have a shot from a little bit further out this time. And I think the keeper has it covered, but he does hit the crossbar and he looks very dangerous and very excited today. Although Renato Sanchez has now got a bruised thigh. How is he actually doing fitness-wise? See, I look at that and think he might have a bruised thigh, but it's not affecting his fitness at all. So why take him off? We've got options on the bench, but let's not use them straight away. Pepe, who apparently has finished serving his suspension now. Kev, with current football news. If you're watching this months down the line, this is just after he did that stupid red card that he did. He's a silly boy. Sanchez, beautiful again from Renato Sanchez, and Neres playing it in, looking for Belotti. Sanchez and Neres are so dangerous today. We've not seen anything of Harvey Barnes, again proving that maybe he's a super sub and maybe that's the role he's going to continue to play for us. Although Pereira playing it across, finds Belotti. That's number 17 of the season for him. It's 3-0. It's not even close. We're inserting ourselves into a title race here, and Also making it look very good for a Champions League finish if we can continue this form. We obviously finished third last year with a late push. We've started our late push a little earlier this year, in thanks no small part to how quickly Belotti has settled. 17 goals for him already, and we are looking like a very, very, very good side. It's 3-0 at half-time. We can't really ask for any more than that. Outstretch the arms, tell him they're lovely boys, and we will take Sanchez off at half-time, because I keep getting that message. We've got Aouar down there on the bench. So it's one of those situations where you might as well. We've forced them. What have they just done substitution-wise? We've forced them into a double substitution at half-time. I'm not sure who's gone off and who's come on, though. It all happened a little bit too quickly. So I think they've taken off Thomas Partey and Aubameyang, which, to me, is that not Arsenal's two best players that we've just forced them to take off there? Happy, happy days. This is where all the Arsenal fans turn up. Actually, Kev, Rob Holding is our best player because... All right, Rob Holding's better than Aubameyang. I stand corrected. Right, Declan Rice off, Johnny Evans on, and then for my final trick, I'm going to take off Neres, who's shattered, and bring on Ikone on that right-hand side. We're able to make changes because people are tired. And we're going to drop a little bit of praise as well. We've not really been involved in this second half. And if Lacazette can score here for Arsenal, it does open the door somewhat for them. But he didn't. We don't need to worry because he didn't. And now we just need to see the game out. Aouar's not been the same threat Renato Sanchez was. Still not seen anything of Harvey Barnes. This is the game where I decide to only ever use him from the bench. And everyone is furious with me in the comments. Tielemans crosses over to Belotti. That's Belotti's bread and butter, that low cross at the near post. He scored so many of his goals from that position, but he couldn't get the shot away this time. And Arsenal do have a counter-attack with 10 minutes left on the clock. It's another one of those where a goal here is a worry, but Johnny Evans does brilliantly. Barnes, less so. But that was a fantastic piece of defending from Johnny Evans. And it effectively finished the game off for us because there's no way back for Arsenal now with just a couple of minutes left, and Evans is there with the dominant header again. I was writing him off in the summer, but he's had a great game today since coming on. So we've just got a good squad at Leicester now, haven't we? We should win the league. We're not going to because Liverpool and Man United are so overpowered, but we're good. And Ikone is in here, and Ikone looking to make it 4, finds Belotti and Pereira, and there we have it. It is Leicester 4, Arsenal 0. How many opportunities we were going to get there? It looked all day long as if Ikone was going to pick up where Neres left off with the goal, and then Belotti with a sitter that he missed. But Pereira's there to make up for his own goal in the last game. That was never his fault. This one, absolutely his fault. It's his third goal of the season. It's 4-0. And we're sending a message here. Announcement, Premier League. Leicester, quite good. There we go. That's a Premier League memo, Kev style. Let's drop a little bit of happiness. Drop a little bit of happiness. That's how you say that kind of thing. Arteta's sad. Good. That was my goal today. He's happy. Pereira's happy. Everyone's happy, really. I'm particularly happy to see us third in the league. And that's where we'll stay for a day or two now, because as mentioned at the start of the video, no Leicester video tomorrow, but you will get one back on Wednesday again. It's just tomorrow is going to be a very busy day, but we're getting Non-League to Legend up and running, doing the FM mobile first look, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not forgetting about the Leicester series. Don't worry. I promised you 3 seasons. We're going to do 3 seasons, 6 seasons in a movie, 3 seasons. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.